Hi everyone, welcome back to the Functional Anatomy and Sporting Movement Analysis unit. And I hope that you had time to familiarize yourself with the Moodle page during the last week. So essentially, I hope that you had time to go through the general unit information, and I'm sure that you have enjoyed the fantastic welcome message I left to you. And the important bit is that you tried to have a look to the unit timetable here, which is a very important thing to do because you will know when the assignment will take place and what you are supposed to do during the different weeks. Alright, so we can go back to the first page, the journal unit information. As you know, you can also use the forum and ask me questions if you had any. And what I asked you to do last week was to engage with the top one, which was the functional anatomy topic, and I asked you to do a functional revision quiz, which actually you did do, and I got some initial results here, so you're doing very well. I think only 27 of you have engaged with this activity. You've got all the weekend to do that, but also you can do it throughout the unit if you feel that you want to refresh your knowledge as well. Right, so also I updated the resources that you can have access to in terms of both functional anatomy and biomechanics and sport medicine. And this kind of resources, if you go back to the initial page, you can go to the assessment page here, and you can go on your online resources. So if you open this link, then you can see that there are different books and textbooks that you could have access to. So most of them are ebooks, so you can really download the PDF or read it from the web. And that's true for functional anatomy textbooks and biomechanics textbooks. For the first two here, you got the whole book, which is available online. For these two, you've got only one chapter, which I believe is the most important one for you to read for this unit. Also, there are a couple of books that are quite useful for sport medicine as well, but that would be potentially more useful towards the end of the unit. All right. So today I want just to introduce the new topic, which is going to be topic number 2. This topic is based and focused on basic mechanics or biomechanics, and mainly you're gonna kind of get familiarized with two main branches of biomechanics, which are kinematics and kinetics. I put here some nice figures and a video as well. You can play of a cutting movement because that would be related to the activity that you're gonna do next week as well. So, long story short, I really would like you to get familiar with the concept of kinematics, which is essentially everything is related to the movement of the human body. So it can be a linear movement, it can be an angular movement, but also when we talk about kinematics, we're talking about the velocity, we're talking about the accelerations as well of either the whole body, so the center of mass, or acceleration, velocity, and movement of specific anatomical segments or specific part of the body. When you then move towards kinetics, kinetics is the kind of science related to studying the causes of movement. And usually when we talk about the causes of movement, we talk about the forces. It could be linear forces or it can be rotational forces that we call torques or moments as well. So, and you might have a different level of knowledge or basic knowledge of biomechanics. So there are different level of difficulties and different level of engagement with this topic. I provide you with some tutorials here tutorials that will explain you with some videos basic maths and physics concepts that are strictly related to the biomechanics concepts as well. Concepts like the center of mass, torque, linear momentum, impulse, projectile motion, and angular kinematics. There should be like around 2-3 minutes videos. I suggest you to go through them to have an idea of what are these concepts. The other resource I provide you with is related to textbooks, so the same textbooks I showed you before, but mainly I think for you, for this topic, you want to go through the basic terminology chapter and the planar kinematics chapter as well. Finally, the only task, let's say more proactive or active task of this topic is related to a mini discussion. So I provided you with some kinematics and kinetics journal articles. There are a couple of articles per topic, so either 2 for kinematics and 2 for kinetics. You can download them from these links. And also I included here some formative questions that you could answer by reading these articles, and you can use some line or e-boards here to leave your ideas and your answers here. So usually leave my answers to your comments in yellow. So just if you want to answer the question I left to you, you just need to drag and drop one of these fantastic boxes, and then you can say, answer 1, I think that, and so on. And then you can post it, and then after that I will tell you something like, well done. So I think this is a good idea to, if you leave your answer for each of the questions and then I provide you feedback on those, it's a good way to understand whether you have a good grasp of these concepts, and if not, I can provide you with some feedback that hopefully will be useful. Yeah, so actually the same thing will be for kinetics, as you can see here, a couple of 2-3 articles here, and you can answer some formative questions here using this Lino e-board as well. Right, that's it. This is, I think, an important part for preparing for the discussion event for next week, where I'll ask you to do more active tasks. So as usual, feel free to email me, or you are welcome to phone me as well if you wish. Or we can do a Skype call if you've got any problem or if there's something that is not clear to you. Have a nice weekend, and have a nice week as well. See you later.